Back to the Matrix.
This Keanu? Why has he got a rubber ducky on his head?
Have we met?
So he's taking the blue pill now? I don't get it. Guy looks just like Morpheus. Probably for a reason. Jessica Henwick, here we go.
The only thing that matters to you is still here. I know it's why you're still fighting and why you will never give up. You don't know me. No?
What is happening in this movie?
After all these years, to be going back to where it all started. Back to the Matrix.
Wait, what?
Hello everybody, welcome back to the newest episode of MAFF'S Movie Show. I'm your host, as always, The One. And today we're going to talk about The Matrix Resurrections. I've been talking about this trailer for weeks, and Warner Brothers heard me, not anybody else, wasn't part of their marketing plan. They saw my videos and they were like, you know what, just do it so he stops talking about it. And now we have the trailer, the first trailer for Matrix 4, Matrix Resurrections, the new Matrix movie. We have returning actors, we have a new plot, we have Lana Wachowski coming back to direct this movie, and the trailer really impressed me in the way that I haven't stopped thinking about it since it released. It seems like the plot is going to be weird, and I think that because, one, it seems, the things I've heard online, I'm not going to repeat them here, but it sounds like they're taking a loony direction. But also, it just seems like when you make another Matrix movie, the concept alone, that conversation you had with your friend in high school once when you were both high, when he was like, or she was like, man, imagine that we're really not living our lives, we're just living in the simulation and there are aliens or robots controlling us the entire time and we don't even know it. Well, they made that into a movie with some incredible sci-fi elements and action that you wouldn't believe. The first Matrix is such a great movie and it still holds up over 20 years later, and I want that kind of impact now in 2021, in a time where people are used to, not as a bad thing, I enjoy them, but it really are dominated by a superhero landscape. And I think we need something to shake it up. And I feel like this movie hopefully will shake up the blockbusters when it comes to differentiating and really pushing something new or something more refreshing, I guess I could say. And so we got Keanu Reeves returning in his role as Neo, or maybe, I don't know, maybe he's not. And then we have Trinity again, who's played by Carrie-Anne Moss. It appears as Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, who was just recently in the new Candyman, is playing a younger version of Morpheus. I mean, he's just like him. He said Morpheus on his Instagram profile, so we'll have to see what's going on with that. And we have Neil Patrick Harris in this movie with Jonathan Groff. Apparently, Jada Pinkett Smith is coming back as Niobe in this movie, and she was in Matrix Reloaded and Matrix Resolutions. So I am just wondering what the plot is about. You see Neo, Keanu Reeves, using powers in this simulation, and if we go by the older movies, he died in the last one. Spoiler alert, but it's been like 18 years. Both our main characters, according to the canon of the first three films, they are dead in the real world. So how are they back? If you screenshot a couple moments in the trailer, you could see that Neo and Trinity are being awoken again in the real world, or their bodies are still like there. And I don't know if it's the same bodies from those first 3 movies, or if they were rebirthed, or so I don't know what's going on. There's also a screenshot where you could see very clearly a moment from the first Matrix movie being played out on a projector while people are being chased or shot at. It raises a lot of questions, and if you go and do some research and look up on Google, you can find a rough outline of what supposedly this movie is about. If this information out there is true, this movie's going to be bonkers. And I just saw Malignant, a movie that had a really bonkers third act that you should definitely watch if you have HBO Max, or you can safely go to theaters. Crazy, crazy movie. Might not be for everybody. Man, I love this so much. James Wan's crazy. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is this movie sounds like it might be insane, which it should be. You are grounded in a certain reality with these Matrix movies. When you get to the real world, when you get to Zion, that's the city in the movies that's outside of the Matrix. But then when you get into the Matrix, you have all the possibilities of doing all this crazy stuff visually and cinematically. So I'm wondering what they're going to do for a new Matrix. And based on this trailer, it is a lot of what you might expect. Are we going to get more of like a Force Awakens kind of reboot, where it is a familiar territory of a story, but it's also like slightly telling something new that could possibly go off into a new plot that I would be hopeful to be a lot better than what we got in terms of consistency with a new trilogy in relation to Star Wars, even though I love Last Jedi, but that's another story for another day. Or are we going to get something like Planet of the Apes, the Matt Reeves trilogy, where it is on familiar ground, and if you're paying attention, there are details that you will recognize from the older movies from the 20th century, but also it's telling like really a fresh story. And also, I don't even know, are we supposed to be getting a new trilogy from this if this one is successful, or is this like a one-off where it's going to tell a isolated standalone story that brings back these characters, but it's supposed to be like a cap-off for the Matrix? I can't imagine that Warner Brothers would want it to end here if this movie does well. I'm imagining it's going to do well, even though it comes out 5 days after Spider-Man No Way Home, which, the fact of that, by the way, I tweeted about it. We're going to get to see Spider-Man with the possibilities of what that movie's going to be like, and then less than a week later get to watch the new Matrix movie. How am I supposed to just simply breathe and live after that kind of thing? That's going to be a lot for me to handle. But reinforcing the idea of what I mentioned just now with the Force Awakens type of reboot, there is a lot of familiar imagery here with a character in the simulation, not knowing what's really going on, trying to figure out if he's crazy or not. With the original movie with Neo, you see a supposedly young Morpheus fighting Neo in a dojo. You have these moments of people running around with the glasses, doing these crazy stunts, jumping from building to building, and defying laws of gravity. You have the particularly mysterious but enchanting role that brings our main character back into the fold when he starts to expand his mind and realize that there's more to the life than what he's living. And in this same thing in both movies happens to be a female character, where the first one it was Trinity, and in this one it seems to be Jessica Henwick's character, who I cannot wait to watch this movie because everything that I've seen her in, she's great in, and she looks like a kick-ass character in this. So excited for Jessica Henwick. But then in regard to the agents, Agent Smith was played by Hugo Weaving in the first 3 movies. He didn't return for this. But we see agents transforming in this trailer, so is there a new Agent Smith? Is there just a new agent in general that was a replacement for the simulation to protect the Matrix and protect the world? Is there a new antagonist entirely that has nothing to do with really the agents, or that the agents are following? And then also, I just noticed the cast list. Christina Ricci is in this movie, who previously was in Speed Racer and has collaborated with the Wachowskis before. And she was a big, big name a couple decades back. Casper, never forget. But what is she doing in this movie? Is she on Zion? Is she a character in the Matrix? Like, what's her role? Because I have so many questions about the actual plot of this Matrix movie, even after this trailer. It's a really well put together trailer, well edited. The music is, like, some people I know haven't liked the musical choice, which is fine, but I think they make it work in the context of the trailer itself. But I do, like, there's still so many questions. I can go into the movie with this trailer. I might not even watch the second trailer. I'm sure there's going to be another one, but I kind of don't want to watch it. That goes the same thing in regards to the new Spider-Man movie. I don't want to watch a second trailer because I'm afraid I'm going to see too much. But that's some introductory thoughts on the new Matrix movie from a new trailer that came out. And I really want to know what's going on in this movie, and I'm excited to see it. It's only 3 months away. I want to know, can you show me what the hell is going on in this new Matrix movie? Sorry for that Phil Collins riff, but I really do want to know. Can you show me what's going on in this new Matrix movie? What do you think about it? Have you watched breakdown analytic videos? Like, do you understand what's going on? Have you read the plot outline out on social media, the rumored plot? Do you like the actual trailer? Are you excited for a new Matrix movie? Can you not care less? And what do you want to see from a new Matrix movie? Like, what, even besides this trailer, what would you like to see happen in a new Matrix movie? With the context of the older movies, like, what would interest you in terms of plot and characters? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you for everybody who has watched this video. Thank you for watching this episode. Thank you for supporting at all. If you would like to support further, you can subscribe if you haven't already. You can ring that bell, do all those fun things, and then comment down below, and we'll have a discussion about The Matrix this week. Thank you again very much. I'll see you guys next week with some other juicy news or review. Again, check out *Malignant* if you haven't seen it. If you're into horror, it's a must-watch. It's a crazy movie. That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't get the twist ruined for you. This is one where I feel like people's like, oh, you mentioned a twist, so that inherently creates a twist because now I'm thinking about the twist the entire movie. No, this movie has that in mind because it's building up the entire time to a moment, and you are not prepared for the moment in *Malignant*. You're not. I don't think anybody is. Most people will not be. And I want to know what you thought about it, too, if you've seen it. Yeah, thank you again, though. I'll see you guys next week. Take care. Be safe. Love y'all. Bye.